guys, it's your girl Ladii Luck, and I'm back with another video. And as you can see by the title, I am finally back with an update for you guys. I've been trying to film this update for the longest. Let me see, today is January 17th. Today is January 17th. My surgery was on November 9th. And as of today, I am officially, I want to say 11 weeks. I think 11 weeks post-op. And I'm gonna start from the beginning. So I went to Dr. Bowker, which is, he's a part of Mia Aesthetics. If you guys never heard of them, I've seen their ads pop up on Instagram and stuff like that. So originally I was trying to stay local, which is in New Jersey, where I'm from. Sorry about the shadow. This is my first time using this blue background and I feel like my shadow was like in the way. Anyway, but yeah, so I saw their stuff. I used to look up there or whatever, but I never thought that I would actually go there. And I looked up local places here in Jersey. I went to consultations here in Jersey. I actually did virtual consultations to places outside of New Jersey. And when I first started doing the consultations, it was right at the beginning of lockdown when everything was shut down. So there was no surgeries happening. Everything was going virtual. Everybody was doing their appointments virtually, even though with plastic surgeons, a lot of times if you're out of state, they do consultations virtually anyway, but they wasn't looking to schedule any surgeries anytime soon. So I kind of like put it off. And then once I started going, like when my husband actually gave me the like, you know what, if you really want to do this, go ahead and do it, because I talked about it a lot. So when I actually went ahead and was like, you know what, I'm serious, I'm about to do it, I'm gonna find somebody and I'm going for it, like there's no questioning or nothing. So that's when I started going to places here in Jersey, and they were good places, but when I tell you, Jersey is expensive. And I wasn't just trying to find somebody cheap, I was trying to find somebody affordable, because honestly, no matter where you go, the stuff is expensive no matter what it is. $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, that's not cheap. You know, it's not just like, oh, here, you know, here's the money. And if I did have that much money just sitting around to just, you know, do whatever with, then of course I would have just went to these doctors here locally because I can afford it. But I didn't want to put myself in debt. I didn't want to put my family in debt. So even though they were good doctors, they were just really out of my price range. So I tried to find somebody in my price range where I actually liked their work. So like I said earlier, Mia Aesthetics showed up on my Instagram feed a few times. So I actually went in and I started looking at the different doctors that they had, and then somebody else, Missy Lynn, that I follow here on YouTube, she actually had a BBL done using Mia Aesthetics also, but she used the Houston or Austin location. I'm not for sure which one. I think it was the Houston, but she used someone in that location. I was looking at that doctor, and that doctor is also really, really good, but they were a lot more expensive. Miami was more affordable for me, and the doctor that I picked, Dr. Bowker, I liked his work. I honestly liked his work. I actually saw a few people on his page that had a similar body shape like mine, and I like how their results came out. And I knew that my results wasn't going to be exactly like their results, but it's good to actually see a doctor work on somebody with the same type of body frame as you, so you could kind of get an idea of how they would do you if you got it done. So when I finally decided to go ahead and look at Mia Aesthetics, get information for them, I sent a message. And they messaged me, they emailed me back asking for pictures, and you know, they gave you a questionnaire to see what you're looking for in your body type and all that stuff. So you fill out the questionnaire, you send your pictures, and then somebody reach out to you. Again, I think somebody called me and we had a conversation, and then she emailed me. I told her all the different doctors that I did look at and that I was interested in, whether they were in Miami or other locations, because at that time I didn't know their pricing. The different prices. So I just told her the name of the doctors that I was interested in, and the locations that I was interested in, because my father lives in Texas, so I knew that if I had my surgery in Texas, I wouldn't have to worry about a hotel. I would just have to worry about transportation to and from, like just getting a rental car or something like that for the appointments. So I knew Texas was an option for me because I have family there, and Miami because it's Miami or whatever. So I gave the doctor's names and I gave the locations that I was looking for, and then she emailed me back with those locations. So I initially gave her a tummy tuck, extended tummy tuck. Well, they recommended an extended tummy tuck after they saw my pictures. And then I also asked them for prices for a mommy makeover. Now, mommy makeover, for those who don't know, is basically 2 or more procedures being done at the same time. So that'll be tummy tuck and BBL, or a tummy tuck and a breast lift augmentation, or arm lipo in the arms, or liposuction. Any multiple procedures can be considered a tummy tuck. I mean, sorry, any multiple procedures can be considered a mommy makeover. They do, I keep saying I'm sorry. They do give specific things that are, and if you want to add anything other than that, it can be added. So I got both of those quotes for the different locations, and I chose Dr. Bowker because, again, I liked his work. And my initial cost, I have it written down here, my initial cost for just the extended tummy tuck was $5,200 to go with Dr. Bowker. Now, being that I was planning to pay with cash or debit card and not a credit card or care credit, now you can apply for care credit, I didn't really want to do that. So I went with the cash option, which also gave me a $500 discount. Now that happens at I think all of their locations. If you pay in cash or use a debit card, you get a $500 discount on your procedure. So with that being said, my tummy tuck came down to $4,700. And they offered package deals. So a lot of places don't recommend post-op massages when you get a tummy tuck, but some places say, you know, you can have it if you want it. Some places actually recommend it. They had tummy tucks there for you to purchase, that you actually get it done at your post-op visits. So I said, you know, why not get it done if it's there? So they had a deal where you got 3 massages for $150. Now, if anybody know about lymphatic drainage massages, they can be pricey. So if your place is offering any type of deals where you can get multiple massages for a less amount of money, I say take it. $150 compared to coming back home and paying, and then, you know, you're getting 1 for $150 or whatever, how much money they're charging. Also, they had an accessory deal where I got my stage 2 faja. I had 3 foam boards and another board that they gave me that I didn't even end up using. It's like a really hard board. You're supposed to, an abdomen board or abdominal board or something like that. I never ended up using that one. I just used and the binder. So you get all of those, 3 foam boards, a binder, abdominal board, and your faja for all $190. So I took that deal also. And so overall my total cost was $5,040. And to hold your appointment, they require a 10% of your total cost as a down payment, which mine ended up being $500 and something, $540. So I paid that to schedule my appointment. Now after that, I had to worry about booking a hotel, or I could have they have like, sorry, somebody just came in the building. They do have these houses that you can stay in where they feed you 3 times a day. They have nurses there 24 hours to help you out with whatever you need, transportation to and from the place. I could have done that, but me being me, I would have preferred someone there I knew. I'm not the type of person that's really comfortable around strangers, around people that I don't know. And it's not like I would be the only woman there healing. There will be other women there. So I chose to find my own hotel. A friend of mine went, as you saw in my last video, she went to take care of me because my husband had to work, and we got 3 kids. So I chose that. I went through, I think it was Expedia or hotels.com, I'm not sure, and I booked Home to Suites by Hilton, which is a really nice hotel. I did the accessible one, where it was like really big, because I knew we was gonna have the wheelchair, or we was gonna need a wheelchair, or I just wanted to have space to be able to move around and do things, and I didn't want to be stuck in a small hotel room. And I booked that for 7 nights, 8 days, I believe, because I had to be there for a certain amount of days after the surgery. Now, in my video where I posted about all the stuff that I bought, a good, I want to say 7 to 8% of those things out of 10 I did not use. I kind of wasted my money. I did not use the gauze. I did not need to use the gauze. I bought the alcohol pads. I did not need to use the alcohol pads. I bought the Heba Cleanse. I didn't need to use that. I used Doral soap, and I used the soap that they gave me to wash the night before. A lot of the outfits I didn't wear because I spent most of my time in the hotel, and then I didn't really feel like having clothes on. So a couple of the outfits I did not wear. I'm trying to see what else. I did not use the urinal. Maybe the urinal is for, I don't know. I was so excited. I still got it. I was still excited to use the little female urinal thing, and I didn't have to use it because when I first came home, I did not have my faja. I had the binder on. No, I was able to just pull, just sit down, basically sit down and use it, and it felt good to sit down. So the people who were saying like, oh my gosh, it hurts so much to pee and to sit and stuff, to sit is so much more comfortable and less what's the word, I don't know, like standing up after that type of surgery, it takes a lot out of you. It does. And I was able to take a shower after the 2nd day, and standing up in the shower, I was so upset. I'm like, I need a shower chair or something. The hotel did not have a shower chair, so I had to stand. They had like little poles for me to hold on to, but it was really tough that first day. So like, to be able to sit, even though it's on the toilet, I was okay with that. So when I first got there, as you saw in the video, I did have to go straight to my first actual consultation, where I sat with the nurse. She explained to me what was going on. I made my last payment. She took pictures, and she told me to what time, that they'll call me later on that night to, I feel like this video is all over the place. I do apologize. I'm trying to get all my thoughts together, and that's a lot. So she let me know the protocol, basically. She took her pictures, she did her measurements, she took all her notes for the doctor, and they told me that they'll give me a call between 6 and 8 o'clock that night to let me know what time to be there for my surgery the next morning. Now, all the appointments, you get the phone call the night before. That's the only thing that I didn't really like, because especially with that, when you're having a surgery, everybody knows that you can't eat the night before. You don't know exactly what time. So if you have to stop, if you call me like, oh, well, your surgery's at this time, so stop eating right now. Like, what if I didn't eat my last meal yet? What if I was waiting for my last meal or getting ready to eat my last meal and now I can't eat? But anyway, they called me right before we went out to eat, and thank God I had about like 3 more hours to eat, even though I went to eat and I didn't even eat a lot of food. Like, I wanted to just like eat. Now, they wanted to make sure you had to be within a certain weight and BMI, because I guess, if you're considered obese or overweight, they wouldn't perform the surgery unless you lost weight. And I just made it, because I think you had to be like under 32 point something, and I was like 30, 31. So I just made it. And so the next morning I got up, I took a shower with the thing, and I had the surgery. Now, I spent a long time. I was told that there was like an emergency situation with my doctor and another patient, so it kind of pushed him back. But I got there around like 7:30, and I didn't even have my surgery until like about 11. And when I tell you, it was so cold in there. I went in there with pajamas on. Did I have a robe? I didn't have a robe, but I had pajamas on, and I had like a little zip up hoodie, but it was a nightgown pajama, and I was freezing cold, like to the point where I was shivering. So it was freezing cold in this place. And finally, she couldn't find my, she was trying to give me my IV. She couldn't find, so she was basically like going like this for like a whole freaking 20, 30 minutes. My hand was so sore. And I'm like, just put it somewhere else, like find another vein. I went like so many hours without eating or drinking anything. So like, I don't know what you're gonna find. Find the best one that you can find and stop tapping on my freaking hand, because now I'm starting to bruise and it's not even from the needle. She finally finds it. I had to pee in a cup for pregnancy and drug tests, which I knew was no problem because I wasn't pregnant and I'm not on drugs. So that wasn't a problem. After that, a little bit after that, he came in and he marked me up. I asked him, you know, the questions that I had, and we were good to go. After that, they brought me in the room, laid me down. He's made a couple of jokes, and I was out. Next you know, I woke up and they were just like, oh, drink this juice. What color is the car that's picking you up? That's as far as I can remember. As far as waking up, I don't know if I was up before that and then went back to sleep and got up. I just know the moment I opened my eyes, somebody threw the covers, the thingies back and handed me some juice. Then she walked away, and then she came back and was like, okay, what color car? Come on, you gotta get up, blah, 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 whatever. They wasn't rude. They was really, really nice people. I didn't have any problems with anybody being rude to me, anything like that. I did hear, I did read a couple of reviews that some of the people may be rude or something like that. And, but no, everybody that I had some type of contact with was really, really nice. They were really sweet. They answered whatever questions that I had. And I'm trying to see what else. The healing process, it was, you know, your regular healing process after a surgery. You know, it wasn't pleasant, but it wasn't like excruciating. I felt like I'm dying. It actually was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. My doctor actually made a recommendation to me as far as my pain meds was concerned, because I did get Oxy, and he did give me nausea medicine, and he gave me antibiotics. I bought, as you can see in the other video, I bought my own Tylenol PM. Not PM, sorry. I bought my own regular Tylenol. And because I didn't want to be dependent on that type of pain medicine, as soon as even with my C-sections, as soon as I'm able to stop those, I stop them. So he made a recommendation to me to where I would, instead of taking the whole Oxy, just cut it in half and take a piece of it. Take half of it instead of the whole thing. And then as soon as I start to feel any type of pain, take the other half. So what I did, I followed that, and just I think the first night I took the whole thing because I was just like really tired and groggy and uncomfortable or whatever. So I took the whole thing, but after that I would take half of it. And then if I felt any type of pain coming after that, I would take Tylenol and I wouldn't take the other half. So I think for the first day or two, I took the Oxy, but I only took half of it. And after that, I was just taking straight Tylenol. I did have drains. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that. I did have drains. I had one drain. The one drain, and it was coming from the bottom pelvic area. It was a little annoying in the fact that they kept it in there with a stitch. So if you pull it a little too much, you can feel the stitch pull a little bit. And I don't know if anybody ever has stitches in that area and they feel the pulling. It's a little annoying. It's not like, oh my God, it's just so bad. It was annoying. I drained mine for the first 2 or 3 days, and after that it was just like the bare minimum. And he mentioned that he does a new type of stitching you, so that's why I only needed 1 drain, because he kind of stitch you in each area, like in each area of your stomach. So he like lays it flat, stitch it, pulls it flat, stitch it, pulls it flat, stitch it, pulls it flat, stitch it, like that. Because he said he noticed that when you just do 1 straight pull down and then stitch at the bottom, sometimes you can get a lot of fluid buildup in your stomach. And that's why a lot of times people have to come back and they have to get like that needle put in their stomach to suction the fluid out, because they have pockets of fluid. So he found that doing that stitching method, people had less fluid and they're able to get their drain out before they left. Because that was one thing that I was scared of. I did not want to come back to New Jersey with that drain in and then be running from doctor to doctor to try to figure out who's going to take this drain out for me, because a lot of times the other doctors don't want to touch other people's work. And then if you find one that do, your insurance is not going to cover it, which means you have to pay out of pocket. I did see on YouTube that a couple of people was removing their own drains. And from what I saw how he removed my drain, I probably could have did it myself. But I'm thankful that I did get it removed. So now my first post-op appointment, all he basically did was take a look at me. They removed all the extra padding that they did put on me. I got my first massage. I was nervous about the massage. I was really, really scared because everybody in the waiting room area was just talking about how painful it was. But everybody in there got a BBL. Me and some other girl, one girl got her breast done, but like I was the only one that, I feel like I was the only one that got the tummy tuck. Everybody else was in there draining all over the place with their BBL. And I'm assuming that's why it was so painful. So the drainage, it was a little intense. The massage was a little intense in my sides area or near the incision, because I was still tender. I had surgery in that area. Of course it's gonna be tender, but it was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Could I have done without it? Probably, but it was not that bad. Now, I was hunched over for a long time, and I think that's what made it harder to walk and to everything, because your back start hurting, you start getting heavy and weak in the legs, and it's a lot. So I'm trying to think of any major things that happened to me. But when I first took off the binder, I was so amazed at the way that I look. Like, I was so used to seeing myself with this big stomach that I was just so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is one of the best decisions that I ever made. No matter what pain that I went through, I think I was nauseous for the first day. The only thing that changed from before surgery to after surgery is my appetite. For the first, I want to say 2 weeks after surgery, I did not have an appetite. I barely ate. My friend kept like, you gotta eat, girl, what you gonna eat? You gotta eat. I would take like 2 bites of something, and I was like no longer with it. I wasn't nauseous or anything. That first day I was nauseous. After that, I wasn't nauseous or anything. I just didn't have the stomach to eat. And now I can eat now, but it's a lot less. I feel full quicker. And I guess it's because my stomach is tighter, my stomach muscles is tighter, but I eat less than what I normally do. I don't feel as hungry unless I go with, like literally the other day, it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, and my husband walked in with a plate, and I looked at him and I'm like, oh shoot, I ain't eat nothing all day today. And I didn't even realize it. Before surgery, here. I've probably been on my like 4th plate of anything. I made tacos yesterday. I was only able to eat 2 tacos. that hurt my heart. But yeah, that was the only thing that really changed as far as like, besides my stomach, of course, my appetite. I'm actually getting better, a lot better. I'm standing up straighter, and I feel like I had to force myself to stand up straighter because I gotten so used to being hunched that it just became a habit. So like every day if I feel myself hunched, I will, you know, pull my shoulders back to pull myself up straighter. It would be tight, but it would like you pull yourself up till you feel like the first pull, and then you stop. You know, just keep yourself straight like that. But now I'm straighter on purpose. So I had to like kind of force myself to be straighter. I still, because my incision went a little further back, it's still hard for me to lay flat on my stomach. So I'm not able to sleep on my stomach yet, and I'm a stomach sleeper. Sleeping on my sides, I just flip-flop from both sides, side to side, because it's still a little sore on the side because I did get lipo on my sides. So it's still a little sore, but it's a lot better than how it was in the beginning. Anything else that I can remember? I haven't heard anything from them since. I was supposed to get an email, I guess them like requesting after pictures from me or whatever, but I haven't received any emails from them. I tried reaching out to the what do you call it, the department where you get like medical records department, so that I can get my before pictures so that I can insert them here, but I haven't heard back from them, and I just been working and dealing with family life and stuff like that, so I just kept forgetting to reach out. I did have a situation where one of the stitches, because they did stitch me underneath, so I don't have any stitches that need to be removed. They kind of dissolve on their own, as they said, but in the process of them getting ready to, I guess, you know, sitting underneath my skin, it kind of like poked through, so I kind of like felt it. If I like rub my hand across like underneath the incision, you feel like something sticking you, and it's like a piece of the stitching. So I did call and I spoke to somebody about that, and she told me to just cover it with the gauze if it's bothering me, if like it's been rubbing against my underwear or anything like that, cover with the gauze, but eventually it will fall off because the stitching will dissolve. But that was the only issue that I had. In my scar, I'll insert a picture or show you guys towards the end of this video what my scar is kind of looking like now. I've been using this aloe vitamin E, is it aloe? No, bio oil, sorry, bio oil that I found on Amazon. It's a little bottle, and I just take a little bit, rub it in my hand, and I just massage it onto my incision every night and every morning, twice a day. I've been doing that, and I feel like my scar, I mean, it's gonna be there. I don't care if the scar is still there, but if I can get it to go away, perfect. But if it doesn't go away, it's fine. Nobody's looking at the incision. I'm not planning to be walking around the world naked. And, you know, I knew I was gonna have a scar when I had the surgery, but when I tell you, my body's been healing so good that it's on its own. It's not raised up like keloid. It's not really dark and very noticeable unless you know, or unless you're looking for it on certain areas. Like it's like flat on the sides, and it's actually getting lighter. It's not as dark as some people surgeries, and it's neat. It's not crooked. I'm just happy with my scar. Thank God everything is going good. I've been praying. I prayed right before I went in for my surgery. Me and my friend prayed in the car. I prayed all the way with the flight. I prayed during the healing process. I bought a notebook to write all my information in every time I got new information or things that I need to purchase or whatever the case may be. I prayed. I wrote down a prayer in that book. So this was definitely something that I'm so thankful that I did. I'm so happy with the results of it all. I think if I would go back, I would definitely do it again. Initially, I was gonna get a breast lift also, but then I said, I don't really need a breast lift. It would have been just like an enhancement. I didn't really need it. I just felt like I really needed the tummy tuck. I got a newfound confidence back, and I'm ready to go shopping. I haven't really went shopping yet. I bought pieces here and there, but I'm so ready to go shopping. I want to just like take all my clothes that's in the drawer and just like toss it out. And I'm just super excited. The faja that they gave me, initially I was supposed to get the stage 1 faja, but by the time that I went home, they said, being that I got the drain removed, I was ready for my stage 2. So they gave me my stage 2, which initially when I was swollen, it fit really good, like tight, the way I was supposed to fit. And over time, from my pre-surgery weight till now, I lost a good 12 pounds. So thank you for that too. I still got the butt and the hips, so my pant size didn't quite go down, but my shirt size went down, and that's all that mattered, because my pant size, I was okay with it. It went down a little bit, but you know, depending on what type of pants you buy. Everybody know how jeans fit. The tights, they look good, whatever. But yeah, so I did drop some weight, and the faja was no longer fitting me with the compression that I felt like I needed. So I kind of stopped wearing it, and I felt like I was getting bloated in my top area a lot. So I just purchased a new one, and it's not a faja, it's more of a body shaper, but it has really good tummy compression, and that's all I really wanted was the tummy compression. And I bought it from She's Wasted, or She Wasted. I'll put the link in the bottom, in the description. So if anybody is looking for it, they always have a sale going on. I can kind of show you. Let me see. Show you what I have on. So this is it, and it comes up under here, and it fits right here. And it's just, it's not the shorts that they use. It's more of a panty style. So it kind of, you know, makes your butt look good. But guys, look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Let me tell you, last time I wore these jeans, they were out here. They were out here. See how much space? Let me see. See? This is me, guys. Oh, I'm loving it. And then you got the shape. You see the what do you call it? Freaking why did I just draw a blank? The lipo. I got the lipo on the sides. It was part of the tummy tuck. They do the sides lipo. I could have added back, so they could have, like, you know, like got here in this area, but that was $600 for this side and $600 for that side. And I figured I don't really need it. It wasn't that bad. So my scar comes like out to here, and then comes to here on this side. Let me see. Yeah. And this is a size, this body shaper is a size medium large. So that's how it, under boob. Yeah, that's how it come. Let's see. If I can, I don't know, I probably, So I did have, what do they call it? The fat underneath the muscle. So they couldn't lipo up here. So once my swelling goes down a lot more, I can go ahead and start working out, and I can get that done. Well, not done, but like, get that down basically. So this is my stomach. That's my belly button, which I actually love. It's still healing. So, but yeah, look at that. Guys, compared to what I used to look like, come on. Look at that. And then, as you can see a little bit, I still have my stretch marks under here, which my stretch marks wasn't a problem. I didn't really, you know, they're not dark or anything like that. And I didn't really care about the stretch marks. It was just the you know, the size of my stomach. But this is me now, you know. And when I eat, I get bloated just like in this area. And this area stays, you know, where it is. This is kind of tight, so I don't know if I can kind of show you. So here's my scar. It goes all the way back there. And like I said, it is, I have stretch marks back here also. And then this is this side. So, and then it goes down to here, of course. But yeah, I've been putting the bio oil on it, and it's actually pretty light. It's still a little tender, but this is me, guys. I'm gonna post some pictures in like different outfits so you guys can see me in different outfits, and I cannot wait to buy me some bikinis. My Shein cart is already filling up with some nice 2-piece and 1-piece sexy bathing suits, and for my husband some swim trunks to match his, because we do plan on going on a trip for our anniversary again, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'm excited. If I forgot to answer anything that you guys might want to know, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, so if I did forget to answer any questions that you guys might have, you can leave them in, you can leave a comment, and I'll either answer it in the comment or I'll make a part 2 video answering some more questions. But this was just trying to get like an overall experience type video. So I do recommend Dr. Bowker. He is great. I loved his work, his bedside manner. He was a really, really good doctor. He, you know, he was there to answer questions, whatever questions I had, no matter how long it took, even though I didn't have a lot of questions, because he kind of already answered the questions that I might have had. And then after the surgery, he's like, you know, I was able to do more than what I thought I was going to be able to do. Because when he was explaining everything to me, he was marking me up. He was telling me how, you know, I might be able to do this, but this is for sure what I'm able to do, and blah, blah, blah. So then when he actually did it, and he's like, you came out better than I thought that I was going to be able to do. I was like, well, okay, the original was good, but like, you did your thing. You did your thing. So I do recommend him if you guys are looking for a plastic surgeon to get a tummy tuck or butt lift. He does have an Instagram account, so I will have it down below also, so you guys can check them out. You can hit them up for a consultation. You could see all the other doctors, because there are other amazing doctors that have different price ranges. Or if you're looking for a specific type of thing, and you can look at their Instagram account and check them out as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. And again, if I missed anything, or if you have any additional questions, leave it in the comments. I'll answer it in the comments. Or if it's a lot of questions, I will actually make another video for you guys. But till next time, again, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload. And if you enjoyed what you're watching, please share the video so that others may enjoy as well. Thank you guys so much.
Bad little flex, she wanna know me. I stay low key, all gas, no brakes, baby, let them hoes sleep. Body on 10, make your girl OD. I get in my way, never out of my lane. Feel like you the one and I'm on one. So what it's gonna be, baby squad.